Hey guys, today we're going to learn how to make a pressure pot. I do a lot of resin casting, and what I do, I use white and I use clear. This is more geared toward the clear cast, which it sits overnight. The white resin probably would work in here, but you would have to be really quick because that stuff cures in like 10-15 minutes. So it does take a minute to put the lid on and get everything ready. So keep that in mind for clear cast. Keeps the bubbles out. Friend of mine, I've been trying to work on a project for him. It's a very small piece, and it kept coming out with bubbles in it. So he's like, well, you got to get yourself a pressure pot. I don't want to spend the money, just like a lot of you probably don't want to spend the money. So what I did was, I started looking on YouTube for videos. I saw this kid, he did a video where he tried to make one out of a 5-gallon bucket. He failed at it, and that's fine, he's just a kid. But it got me thinking what he did wrong. I kind of have a physics background, so I thought about it, and so I decided to try a smaller bucket with different lid. So today I'm going to show you how to make that, and I did this for all under $10, which is pretty cool if you think about it. It's something you might want to try. It does work. I've used it about 20 times, and I noticed a big difference in my clear cast. So all you need is a paint bucket. You see, it's just a regular bucket, but the lid is key. The lid has to have this rubber gasket in it. And this doesn't matter. I'd rather this not be here, but it's sealed, so it won't. It's airtight right now, but if this seal is gone, I would imagine it's not going to be airtight. But anyway, this is a 3.5-gallon bucket, and then you're going to go to this is a tire valve stem. You can buy those at Walmart for about $1 a piece. That's all you need. That's it, and a drill. So what you're going to do is, I don't have an extra one, or I'd show you how to make it exactly. But take your tire stem, find a flat spot on the bottom here and the top here. Select a drill bit that's just a little bit smaller than the valve stem, so because you want that to be airtight. You're going to drill your hole, stick your valve stem through there, and make sure it's a small hole. It's better to drill smaller than too big. And then I used PVC pipe compound. I got ahead of myself. I drilled the hole, and then I cleaned out the hole, made sure there was no burrs on it or anything. I took some fine sandpaper, I got down in there, and I just made it nice and smooth. Then I took my PVC pipe glue, and I put it around the hole, and I popped my valve stem through, and I let it dry for about a half an hour. That's it. That's all you got to do. And I'm going to show you how to use it in the next section. Also, you'll need a bike pump. I had one laying around. Like I said, I paid less than $10 for what I'm looking at right here. And I'm telling you, it works. Now, a lot of other people are using pressure pots. They're going up to 80 PSI, and that's great, but it's all overkill. You can get an effective pressure pot for clear resin anywhere between 15 and 20 pounds PSI of air pressure. And this does hold it overnight. I haven't had a problem with it yet. I've used it coming up on like 20 times, I think. Everything that's come out of it has been better than what I was making before, and my stuff I was making before was pretty good too. It definitely made an improvement on my craft. If you like it, that's great. Leave me a comment if you have any questions, because I'm trying to go as fast as possible, because this has ended up being a lengthy video, because the next part you're going to watch where I'm actually using it, I forgot to record audio. So I shrunk myself down in the corner, and I'm going to narrate myself. And I already done it, so it was weird for me looking at myself, but it's done, and let's go on to the next part. I'm going to show you how to use it. So like I said before, I made a mistake and didn't have the audio on when I filmed this. And rather than go back and do it again, I figured I'd just go ahead and narrate myself, make fun of myself. Basically what I'm saying there is I'm going to put these molds in a pressure pot now, and we're going to leave them overnight. I'm going to show you how to use my pressure pot. Of course, you take the lid off. I always look frustrated all the time, don't I? Anyway, those are some action figures that I poured right before I started that, and those are extra hands. I always make extra hands just in case. The way I was doing it, the hands would be the biggest problem. I wouldn't get the air bubbles out of the thumbs. So every time I do an action figure, I do a set of extra hands with the excess resin. On the lid, you want to make sure you're going to snap it down tight. Always make sure you have that gasket in there. If you don't have a rubber gasket in there, it's not going to hold your air. Clean it off nice, make sure there's no debris, and you got to click all those little tabs on. You can use a hammer, or you can do what I'm about to do here and show my bolt spot off, And I'm pushing down on it on the floor so they click, and they're all, you can't hear it, but they're all clicking shut nice and tight so that it stays down good. Like I said, I don't use a hammer because it shakes everything on the table. Plus I was in a hurry, I wanted to get this as quick as possible. So I got all my tabs in the place, and you could put clamps where my fingers are right now. You can put C-clamps there if you want to. I haven't had to do it yet. The highest pressure I've had this up to until this pouring was 20 psi. So I'm looking for, I think I'm looking for the air pump now. Yeah, and take a bicycle pump. You can use a compressor if you want to. If you have one, I don't have one. Like I said, the whole point is just to make the cheapest one possible and make it effective. We're going to pump, just hook the bicycle pump up to the tire valve stem. And I don't know what I'm saying right there. I was tired. That is an air gauge right there that you could mount to the top of this if you want to. I didn't bother because I didn't want to drill a second hole. Plus my pump has a gauge on it already, so I really didn't need it. But if you want to, you can pick those up for about $2-3 at Walmart. Haven't tried it yet though, so I don't know if it works. And that's pretty much what I'm saying there, but I'm probably being long-winded about it. Blah, blah, blah. Don't know what I'm saying. Oh, I'm telling you, you can go up to between 15 and 20 pounds is all you need. The highest I've had that is 20 pounds. I plan on taking, when the weather breaks, I want to take it outside, and I'm going to inflate it till it pops, because I want to see exactly how much PSI it can take. I don't want to do it in here. It'll probably ruin all my stuff. But you see there, I'm checking around, making sure there's no leaks, because sometimes if you don't get this down the whole way, it'll leak out. If you get one of these cans, make sure that still has a seal on it. You don't want a used one, because it will pop up like one of those things from when you cook a Thanksgiving turkey, the little thing that pops up when it hits temperature. If this is sealed, it won't pop up. I imagine it would still work if it popped up, but it's airtight if it stays, if the seal's still intact. So now I got that up to about, I think I hit between 15-20 pounds there. And if you'll notice when you're doing it, the dome will poke up, and the bottom will too, which is why I put a board on the bottom of the bucket to rest my molds on. So this particular one, I pumped it up to 21. It's the highest I've gone so far. And I'm just going to put my valve stem cover back on. I'm explaining the dome thing there. I don't know what I'm saying there. I think I'm going over using clamps again. If you need to use clamps, maybe when it gets older. I've used this about maybe 20 times. Now I'm going to leave that sit overnight, and the next part is me opening it. So I guess there's no point in talking about anything else. Let's go to the next part, which is opening it. Okay, so it's the next morning, and it's been about 12 hours, I guess, that I've had these in here. And I just realized that the first part of the video had no sound. I had the mic muted, I guess. So I don't know what I ended up doing with it, because I haven't decided what I'm going to do. I'm not going to do it over, so maybe I'll put myself in a little corner translating. I don't know. I'll figure something out. You've probably already seen it, so it doesn't matter. Anyway, let's open this up and see what we got. First, you got to let the air out, of course. So you push down this little pin here. Like I said, you can put one of these in there. It has an air release valve. You can hear that's losing the air now. Put it here, and then there's a release valve and let the air out easier. But once again, I didn't want to do 2 holes in it. And it held the air overnight. You can feel now it's air's out of there. This is where you kind of got to muscle it to get these things open. It's not the easiest thing you're going to do, but pop all these up. Always let your air out first. If you go popping these up before you let the air out, well, it could pop up on you, hit you. Not the safest thing to do, but I've got all the air out of this. So. Sometimes you just gotta muscle it. You can use a pair of channel locks or something to open these too. I just do it the old-fashioned way. Reminds me of the old pickle buckets they used to have when I was a chef. Big 5-gallon bucket full of pickle chips. Set that aside. Okay, here's all the stuff we put in here last night. We got 2 action figures. And like I said, I made, I guess you didn't hear it, but I made some extra hands because for some reason these action figures, the hands sometimes don't come out so well. I don't know if it's a venting problem or what, but all these years I still make extra hands just in case. So we're going to open up this puppy. I'm just going to open up one of them. This is a reusable molding compound that you can make at home too. I should do a video how to make this because it's good stuff. It only works with the clear resin though. Like I said, this didn't require that much pressure. I had it between like 15 and 20. Actually, last night I had it up to 21. It's the highest I've used. I don't know what the max is for this. And there it is. It's got some flaring on it and everything like that. But if you hold it up to the light, I don't know if this camera will pick it up or not. It comes out really good. There's hardly any bubbles in it at all. It's nice and clear. Let's go ahead and open up the other one. That was overnight at a low pressure, which is all you really need. I'm kind of hurrying up because I don't want this video to be a long time. I might even edit out this part. I don't know yet. Since I already screwed up the first half of it. And oh yeah, that came out really nice. This is the one I was having problems with before. I don't know, can you see how clear it came out? I should have set up the HD camera. But anyway, it came out nice. The hands even come out because it got all the air bubbles out of it. And it's not like, it doesn't have that misty look through it. It's actually really clear. But 12 hours in the homemade pressure pot, and that's what you get. It's still morning. I got my coffee going on. But, all right, let's take it to the outro. And hopefully we can fix that other part. All right, well, there it is. I hope you got something out of it. I just wanted to show you a quick difference. I dug up an old one that I had made. This one was made without a pressure pot. This one was made with a pressure pot. Now, I don't have my HD camera set up. Maybe you can see on my shirt. But there is a big difference in the clarity. I don't think it's focusing, but you can see there is a bigger difference in the clarity. This is the one that was made the old way, and this is the one made the new way. And, I mean, I can see the difference in the camera, so you should be able to see it too. But anyway, that'll work for any resin casting as long as you're using the clear. Like I said, the white, you could try with the white resin casting. It might work, but you'd have to be quick to get that lid on and get the air in because that stuff dries in like 10 minutes. It's cured. This stuff takes about 6 hours. It's if you want to know what I'm using, it's Amazing Clear Cast. It's probably the most popular one being used today. So anyway, I hope this helps. You know, if it helps you do your craft a little bit more. It doesn't just have to be what I do, the Star Wars figures. It can be any kind of crafting you're doing with the clear cast. So give it a try. Let me know how it works in the comments. I see my little shop buddies here. Hi, Buster. You being a good boy? You're on YouTube now. He's a good boy. All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got something out of it. Leave me some comments. Give me a like. Email me if you need to know anything. Don't forget Jennercustomtoys on eBay. You can see some of the stuff I make. I might find something you like. Okay. Have a good one.